I have to say that I'm really impressed by seeing so many people in this room for the official launch of the Svoboda Satellite Package. I'm really moved to see many of you in this room who have gone into exile, who were forced to do this, and who are here, united today, to create an access to the Russian. Thank you so much, Mrs. Vice President of the European Commission, dear Vera, for your support to journalism during the whole mandate of the European Commission. As I start by expressing our gratitude, I want, of course, to express gratitude for the trust of all your media who are now positioned on the Svoboda Satellite Package. I want to thank, of course, the Ethics Committee, the Denis Diderot Committee for its idea. It was a long way, a very long way since you got the idea, and we made it become a reality since then, more than 1 year. It took more than 1 year to be today in this room. And of course, special thanks to Jim Filippov, the head of the project. Congrats, Jim, for your wonderful work. And thanks to the RSF team. The whole team was really committed, and especially Thibaut and Jan. We know the situation of press freedom in Russia. Russia is now ranked 164 out of 180 countries in the World Press Freedom Index published by RSF. At least 28 journalists are right now imprisoned in Russia. Since Vladimir Putin took power, 40 journalists were killed in Russia. More than 1,500 journalists had to go into exile after the attack on Ukraine. And 300 media and journalists are now classified as foreign agents in their own country. We know that 2/3 of the Russian public is informed or disinformed through TV. So that's really important to increase the number of Russian citizens that have access to independent journalism, to journalism worthy of the name. And you do represent this. According to figures, there are between 6 and 9% of the Russian public that has today access to independent journalism. We have to make this number much bigger. And this is one of the purposes of the Svoboda Satellite Package. RSF has been doing a lot. In any case, we've been doing our best for a long time, but especially since the attack on Ukraine. We have lodged 8 complaints with the International Criminal Court and the Prosecutor General of Ukraine, and 2 complaints with the French courts. We are in touch and do support 90 media, Russian media, in exile. We have helped 150 journalists to go into exile. And I have to mention the presence of Marina Ovsyannikova. We coordinated her escape from Russia. So that's why it's really very strong for us to see you today. The first package, because this package could be increased in the future, has 9 TV and radio channels, such as, sorry for the pronunciation, Echo, Radio Sakharov, Current Time, Euro Radio, TV8, Ost-West 24, iStories, Holod Media, Novaya Gazeta, Europe. As I mentioned, we will continue to grow up to 25 media outlets on the satellite package. It is a unique opportunity to have Russian newsrooms work together. Now is clearly time to unite, to mutualize, and to show the diversity of Russian journalism. I will just quote Sergei. No, you will not have a last name for security reasons. Sergei is a Moscow resident who is currently viewing the package. He informed us a few days ago as follows. When I learned about the Svoboda Satellite Package, I felt grateful to know that such a project exists. I can easily access these new channels on my dish. Thanks to it, we, citizens, can have access to more free, independent, and pluralistic information, and thus create our own opinion. The Svoboda project for RSF is clearly a testament to our commitment to the right to access journalism, and clearly an effort to build upon the resilience of the Russian journalism community in exile. We are clearly determined, and it will be my last words, to empower Russian-speaking populations with the tools they need to preserve, to protect their freedom of opinion and expression. Through this project, we prove that democracies can export independent journalism to reverse the logic of propaganda. What does happen now? We have despotic regimes which export their propaganda toward democracies. With this project, this is clearly not propaganda against propaganda, but this is independent journalism exported from media, from democracies, by media, mostly media in exile, toward people living in a country, in countries with a despotic regime.